Hello, today's video we're going to talk about something that we all dream about being very happy doing, and that's retirement. So we work 20, 30, 40 years and we hope that one day we're going to be retired, hopefully living in the sunshine on a beautiful day like today and having everything that we ever dreamt about. Because during life sometimes we don't get everything we want. We do things for people around us, our loved ones, our families. If you've got children, we sacrifice an awful lot to help our children. And so retirement is something that we see that's usually a long, long way away, and one where we don't have to worry about money. The reality is that most of us won't have enough money to retire with. And most of us are living far, far longer than we ever were previously. So our retirement could be 30, 40, even 50 years. So there's a lot of time when we've got that we ideally don't want to be working, and yet we may end up with money that we don't have. So having a shortage of money is one of the biggest worries of retired people, because all of a sudden your income now stops. So you're on a fixed income of some sort, whether it's from investments or whether it's from a pension pot that you have, and you now have to make do with that money. Now, if you found it difficult to live on the salary that you're living on, imagine what it's like then living on a reduced income with even more time on your hands. So how do we get over that? Well, the thing is that we simply aren't saving enough as a nation. So we don't put enough away, and we don't put it away for long enough. So, a fund needs time to build up. So my thing has always been, as some of you know, I spent 6 years as an independent financial advisor. So I know about pooled investments, retirement planning in terms of pensions and savings, but I always chose the route of investing in things that I could control. So my main thing is property. So if you've got a bunch of property investments, the great thing about those is you own the bricks and mortar. There may be a mortgage on it, but hopefully that's paid off by the time you retire. Then you receive an income from that. And if you've got one property, how much income that comes from there. And then you just simply work out how many properties you need to have the income that you need. The good thing about having your own pot like that is the fact that you can then pass that on to your children, and you also have the opportunity to sell some of those assets as you get older, so that if your pension pot in terms of income is not quite enough, then the capital that you receive from selling those properties can make up any shortfall. So for instance, I just recently liquidated some capital for one of my clients, and that was, we ended up with £130,000. Now, if they just put that under the mattress, that's £10,000 per annum for the next 13 years. So put that on top of what they have already got, and that gave them a very, very comfortable living in terms of those extra holidays and things they needed, and it topped up their state pension. But you need to start building those things when you're relatively young, because it takes 25 years to pay for those things. And it's the same with any form of savings. The key to having a large lump sum by the time you hit retirement is to be saving over a long period of time, or to be investing over a long period of time and letting it compound. And that's the key to it. So the shorter the time span you have, the less time the money has to grow and then grow again. So compounding basically means growth upon growth. So you get interest upon interest, and that's the way you achieve it. So start young, start regularly doing things, and make sure that you're not spending all of your money, because we're going to be retired for a long time, this generation of people. People in their 20s and 30s quite easily live to 100 years. And that's what life expectancy is going. But there's no point in living that life if you're miserable. And usually the cause of most of the misery is lack of money. And so if you don't want to have that, start planning early. Give me a shout, give me a call. I'm quite happy to talk about it, no obligation whatsoever. And we'll cover more of this in another video. In the meantime, if you could subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're watching it there and like the video, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'll see you again.